Hello everyone. In this session, we will be talking about the filter customizations in Tableau. Filter customization in Tableau refers to the ability to modify and personalize the behavior, appearance, and functionality of the filters within your data visualization. With filter customizations, you can adapt the filters to better suit the needs of your analysis and the presence of your audience. This may include the adjusting filter styles, allowing multi-select options, setting the filter hierarchies, or defining custom filter actions. By customizing these filters, you can enhance the interactivity and the user friendliness of your visualization, which makes it easier for the users to explore and filter the data according to their unique requirements. So let's go to the Tableau screen and see how can we use these filter customizations. We are in our Tableau screen where we have already created a filter previously. This filter was based on the customer ID and we were trying to see which is a customer which is giving us highest amount of sale. So to use this filter, what I did was I went in the edit filter option and I chose this top option. But what if I want to give the freedom to my user to use these kind of filters? If I'm talking about the general filter, wildcard filter, condition top, these are the filters that would allow me to create some filters. But how would the user be interacting with these kind of filters? The user might not be technically so sound with the tableau. So we need to create some small filters over here, which would be able to customize the data according to the options that we select. So for that, what I'll do is if I go to the customer ID or any filter that you make, after you have made the filter, you can click on this arrow option and you can choose this show filter option. Then whatever filter you have made would be shown over here on the right hand side. So over here, you can see that right now, this particular filter is for the customer ID. So now the customer ID is shown over here and it is also showing you that it is limiting the audience by the sum of sales and top 10 performance would be given as the results over here. Now, if you want to change this filter or if you want to see different kind of options in this filter, what I need to do is I need to customize this filter option. For that, I would need to click this arrow and you can see there are multiple options that are present over here. So these multiple options are visible to change our filter style. So whatever filter style is looking over here right now, if we need to change it, we need to use this filter customization options. You can also see there is this customize option over here, which would be helping us to customize these kind of options. So let's try to create any simple visualization and see what are the multiple options that are available in that particular filter. If I go to sheet 1, here I was having the subcategory filter. First, let's clear this kind of filter. So I'll drag this subcategory back in the filter section and now I will bring it back in the filter section. First, I'll click on apply and OK, and then I'll choose to show the filter by the help of this particular arrow. After you have chose the show filter option, the filter will be shown over here on the right hand side. You can see there are multiple options that are available in filter. The first one is that it is showing all the values over here. So if you turn every value off one by one, you can see that this option was grayed out. Now it is shown. If you click on it again, it would just select the all option, which means every value would be shown. So this is the first option that is present in the filter. The next one is this find value option. Right now, I know I have these 17 subcategories over here. But if I was having many values over here, it would be difficult for me to find the values if I want to switch them on or if I want to switch them off. Then in that case, what I'll do is I'll use this find values option and here I can type the name of the value. For example, I want to work with tables, so I can write tables and it would show me the tables. The next one is this arrow option. If you click on this arrow option, it would expand the values over here and it would then show you the customize option. In this customize option, there are multiple values present. The first option is this show all value option. So if I go back to my filter, you can see there is this all value option which is showing me right now. If I turn off every value one by one, I can just click on this all option, which would bring my whole visualization back to the normal. So if I don't want to see this value over here, what I can do is I can go in the customize option and I can uncheck this. Now the all value option will be hidden from. Next, I'll turn this value off. Then I have this search button which was shown over here. If I don't want to see this search button, I can go in this customize option and I can choose not to include the search button. And this would hide the search button for me. If I want to see it again, I can just check it. Then in the customize option, next is the show include exclude option. Over here, you can see I have this include exclude option, which basically means if your data consists of any null values, it would be still showing you in your filter if you try to include it. If you exclude it, it would not be showing you the values which are null in nature. So if you don't want to see this exclude, include option, you can customize the option from over here and you can check this off. Now this include, exclude values won't be shown in your filter customization. The next option is the show control types. These are the types that are available for any kind of filter. For example, the single value list, we have already talked about these filters when we were talking about the dimension filters. This single value list would be giving you the opportunity to choose any single option with the help of a radio button. If you choose the single value drop down, the same thing would be shown you in the form of that drop down. Then we had the slider option, which was basically making a slider. Then we have this multiple value list, which was giving us the option to check or uncheck any kind of value. We also had an option to create the same kind of thing with the help of drop down. Then we have this custom list, and then we had this file cut match. So we already talked about these in detail when we were talking about the dimension filters. So now if you don't want to see this list, what you can do is you can check off this show custom types. Now these won't be listed over here. So why am I doing this? This is just to make this filter a bit cleaner. So in case if you don't want to see too much values over there, so you can just hide those values and it will be showing over here. Now, if you want to even turn off this all values button, which is shown over here, you can switch it off by applying it over here. Then we have this show apply off button. Now, if you check this show apply button, what would happen is that let's say if you are trying not to see this accessories option and art option, but if you look closely, accessories is still showing over here and art is still showing over here. So by mistake, if you turn off or turn on any kind of value, it won't be showing you in the visualization until and unless you apply and click on this apply button. So only after you have clicked on apply, the visualization would be making any changes. So let's say I want to see the arts option again. I have to click on this apply option. Then only I would be able to see this arts option. So if you want to give the users this apply button, it would be good to include that in your visualization with the help of this customize option, and you can choose the show apply. So these all are the changes that we are doing for the end user, because the end user is not able to make any changes when we are giving this in the filters option. But if we choose to show the filter option, they can easily select the values which they want to see. Let's say if I uncheck everything and if I say I want to see what is the sales that has been made by the copiers. So the user can select copiers, and they also want to see the phones option. They can select phones and then they can click on apply. So even by mistake, if they have selected anything, it would be taking some time for the visualization to load based on that particular option, which can make it a bit slow in some cases if the data is too large. So I want the user to select everything first and then click on apply to show the results. So this would be a good option to include in your visualization. If you go in the customize option again, we had all these options. We have talked about every option. If you want to show this title, what you can do is you can choose to show the title, and you can also choose to edit the title over here. So right now it is based on the subcategory. That is why it is showing the subcategory wise option. So if you want to say that choose the subcategory, choose subcategory. So it would give the users the hint that we want them to choose the subcategory from here. So this is also a good option to practice. Then we have this only relevant values and all values in database. So if we click on only relevant values, it will be showing us only the relevant values. If we choose the all values in the database, so no matter if they are relevant or not, if they belong to that particular category, it would be shown to me in that particular visualization. So these were the options that were present in the filter customization options. By including these options in your visualization, you give your users the capability to interact with your visualizations in an even better form. So that's all for the filters option. We have talked about multiple filters over here. We talked about the dimension filters. We talked about the measure filters. We talked about the general filters, wildcard, top, and condition based filters. And then we saw how can we filter these customizations. So in the next session, we will be talking about the parameters in Tab. Thank you.